shit is popping, girl. Body on 10, damn, you got it, girl. You gotta boss up. Getting them checks, living your best. Racks up. Oh, keep walking with confidence. Effortlessly, you let them know who is in command. You just that and more. Don't forget it. God worked hard on you for sure. Lexus, Exodus. Shout out to my exes.
Y'all black females out here, y'all don't understand the struggles of being a black man out here in America and not knowing whether or not you gonna make it home to your children every night because of the police gunning you down.
But don't y'all be out here gunning each other now?
Okay, but we ain't talking about that.
Hell, don't y'all be rapping about killing each other in music?
We ain't talking about that either. We can talk about killing each other in rap music, but we don't like the police killing us. Stay on subject, woman.
You brought up your kids. Tyrone, you don't even see your kids.
And then, yeah, I be trying to see my kids. You know my baby mamas be tripping because I don't want to be with none of them, so they be holding my kids from me. You know that.
Okay, but your baby mama saying you don't get them no child support either.
Okay, but I still be going out my way to try to see them.
They live 5 minutes from my house, Tyrone.
That is out my way, woman. See, y'all, that's why we don't like y'all black women's mouths. Y'all run y'all mouth too much. Y'all always bringing up stuff that's irrelevant.
Well, was you cheating on me irrelevant?
I only cheated on you 10 times. You act like I do it every day, bruh. See, that's why we date women of other races, man.
Hey, boos, hey. It is Lexus Exodus, leader of the Black Women Exodus. How are y'all doing? And like always, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Please share. Please comment in the comment section. Let me know that you're listening. Also, if you enjoy listening to my content on the go, the show is now available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for audio listeners. Go check out my Patreon community where you can get access to bonus episodes and exclusive content and also a private community of like-minded divested women. It is linked below. Please also follow me on social media platforms. You can check me out everywhere on all platforms at Lexus Exodus. I also have a backup channel just in case something happens to this one. It is called LexX. That's LEXEX. You can find all of this information in the description below. This is another installment of my series called the Blackistan Zoo, where we profile the dusty derelicts, crazy creatures, and animals in Blackistan. Tonight, I want to talk about the breeder, y'all. And this idea was suggested by loyal patron Unfading Passion. So you'll find breeders in your local child support courts. You'll also find them on the Maury Povich show getting DNA tests. Their appearances, they have hard peens, empty pockets. They walk around carrying lint in their pockets. And breeders are dusty, whack men who slang peen with reckless abandon. They have unprotected sex without a care in the world. And they overpopulate impoverished areas with fatherless children they refuse to take care of and that they can't afford to take care of even if they wanted to. So your notable breeders, Nick Cannon, who has, I think, like 6 baby mamas with about 8 children. He has a whole football team. Future as well, dusty rapper Future, who still is consistently impregnating women and overpopulating the earth with children he does not take care of. Okay, so now that we know the profile of your breeder, I want to look at a few examples. So let's look at this first thread of text that illustrates exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so the caption says, almost broke my fingers blocking this man. And the text thread says, you got kids? And the woman responds and says, no, LMAO, what about you? He says, yes, I got 3 boys. She says, oh, wow, LMAO. And then he says, yep, and 3 baby mamas. Okay, so that's your breeder. And I want to note that the reason why I'm calling them breeders is because they procreate so recklessly. It's almost like cattle. It's almost like animals. So instead of having children, with one person committing to that person, and having, a couple of children, maybe 3 or 4 children with your wife, these men are breeding like animals and again are populating this earth with reckless abandon, with fatherless children that they do not take care of. Okay. So let's get to this next text. So, this woman asked the man that she's talking to, how many baby mamas do you got and kids? He says 5 baby mamas and 6 kids. And then he follows that up by saying, what's too many for you? Okay. And then she says 5 baby mamas and 6 kids. Woo, you don't play. You be shooting the clubs up. He says, you got to ask yourself why they keep letting me. Have your ish together, ma'am. So she says, have my ish together, huh? He says, yes, your ish. Have it together if you finna F with me. And she says, boy, what the F? Who the F you think you is to be talking to me like that? Child, I cannot. And so this man got the nerve to say he got 6 children with 5 different women, and then proceeds to say it's their fault for letting him shoot the club up. But again, this is your Blackistan breeder. They're breeding like animals. So he said, get your together, you dumb broad. You're stupid for even messing with me. But I wouldn't even be surprised if after he sent this text to this girl, if he created more children, because Black women are painfully stubborn and are gluttons for punishment and enjoy this toxic, dysfunctional bullish. Okay, so let's look at this next text thread. So it says, she asks, you don't disrespect your parents or hit women? And he says, I got a child, but no baby mama drama. Me and my family good. And then he says, F no, I don't hit women. I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm struggling. I'm trying to translate niggalese. Okay. So there's a lot of grammatical errors, a lot of colloquialisms, a lot of ghetto terms and phrases using here. So this is kind of hard to decipher, but I'll try my best. Okay. So he says, F no, I don't hit women. She says, K, how old your child is? And I don't have any kids, but I'm real good with them. If a baby around me, they're going to be straight. He says it hasn't arrived yet. So this dusty big dog is already on to the next chick. And the baby's not even here yet. Do y'all see this dysfunctional bullish that I be talking about? This is your breeder, though. Like, can we let the placenta dry, sir? The baby is not even here. It's a fetus, sir. And you're talking to the next chick while the mother of your child is currently pregnant. I cannot. Okay, so let's look at this next text thread. And it says, do you breastfeed? She says, thanks, and I did for a bit. Do you have kids? He says, I do. 11, 5 mothers. Child, but this is exactly what I mean when I say Blackistan is full of breeders. Like, who is having 11 children these days? Back in the 60s and 70s, they did that ish. My grandmother and on both my maternal and paternal sides of my family, my grandmothers had like 7, 8, 9 children, but they were married and they did that with the same men, with their husbands. He's talking about 11 kids and 5 different mothers. Well, where they do that at, especially in 2022, who having 11 kids these days with 5 different women?
Shout out to my exes.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
Keep Black women's names out your fucking mouth. I said, keep Black women's names out your fucking mouth. Seriously, guys. Are you tired of all the negativity and toxicity Black women are subjected to in media, music, and online? We are ridiculed, denigrated, and berated daily, and I'm sick of it. That's why I created a private safe space for Black women that focuses on divestment, development, and self-empowerment. My My private Patreon is for Black women only and is a community where we are affirmed, encouraged, supported, and uplifted. For the cost of a coffee, get access to my Patreon community, which consists of a private Discord group to connect with like-minded Black women, ad-free bonus content, exclusive private lives, and much, much more. You can check it out on patreon.com/LexisExodus. The link is also listed below.
Shout out to my exes.
Okay. So I want to look at this next post that illustrates how these fools don't want to establish families. They don't want to build. They don't want to be fathers. They simply want to be breeders like animals and overpopulate the earth in their communities with bastard children that they don't take care of. So, okay. So this guy says, I had a vasectomy in January. It ain't that effing bad. It's a 7-minute procedure. Just feels like tugging and pulling. We were talking about football the whole time he was working on me. LOL. You ice your ish for a few days. Wear a jock strap. You'll be fine. All right. So this guy posted this tweet and he got dragged by Blackistan breeders who couldn't understand the idea of family planning and the concept of being responsible with how you procreate. Okay. So this guy responds, this Dusty Nigdog responds and says, niggas really on this bit recommending niggas cut they nut off. Again, niggly, so bear with me. This is hard to decipher and hard to translate because Mother Effers is illiterate. Dusty Nignogs don't go to school. Okay. So then someone else responds and says, I'll have a nation of bastard kids before I ever get a vasectomy. Okay. Then someone else says, the fact that y'all think this is a reasonable solution instead of just wearing a condom or having sex with people you actually like is insane. Lord Jesus. And then a woman who is reasonable responds and says, in this case, he decided instead of his wife doing something that would harm her, he would do something much more simple since they agreed they are done having children. That's too much like right, though. Because then another Dusty responds and says, y'all don't let women on Twitter submit y'all down to getting y'all's nuts clipped for them to dodge accountability for getting pregnant by niggas. LMAO, effing amazing. Another reasonable person counters this argument and says most men who are anti-vasectomy see kids as legacy to cope for the fact they aren't important to the world around them and want to be remembered from their family at least. Everybody can bust a nut though. This is a word because their legacy doesn't involve establishing wealth, cultivating assets, building businesses that they can pass down to the next generation. It's just busting a nut and calling it a day. That's their legacy. Because since they can't provide nothing else, one thing they can do is make fatherless children that they neglect and don't take care of. Burn it, bitch. Just throw it away. Just throw the whole community away at this point. Blackistan is not salvageable at this point. Burn it. Burn it, bitch. Like these Dusties are seriously having a whole heated debate about why they shouldn't have vasectomies and should be able to recklessly procreate and bring more fatherless children into this world. Well, here's a few reasons why you should get it snipped, Nignog. Collectively, you are the least educated, least employed, least performing groups of men in this world. Yet you're the most violent. You have the most felony conviction rates, and you have the most rates of fatherless children in broken homes. Make that make sense. You only win at losing, but you sitting here arguing about whether or not you should have a damn vasectomy. For those reasons alone, you shouldn't be having kids. Don't no kids want to be brought here on this earth to struggle and suffer in poverty with you. They didn't ask to be here. So use a damn condom then, Dusty, if you don't want to get a vasectomy. It's like my husband has no children, y'all. And we likely won't have any. And we kind of landed that we probably won't have children. And he's even offered to get a vasectomy. And he has no children at all. Y'all know I have a 10-year-old. He has no kids at all. And he's offering to get a vasectomy because he sees what birth control, what contraception does to a woman's body. You know, he understands like it really is frustrating for me to deal with abnormal cycles and the different hormones, all the side effects we deal with, like weight gain and hair loss and other crazy issues. Like, instead of putting you at risk for that, I can just get a vasectomy. But this is what I mean. Men who aren't men don't understand that. They're just breeders. They don't put any thought or planning into procreation. They're just breeding like cattle without any contemplation, without any foresight or consideration about these children that they create. All right, let's keep going. I want to look at this next breeder who is so unengaged with his child and the mother of his child that he sets up his video game while she's in the hospital giving birth to his child. Y'all. Okay, so this is the Dusty. Let me zoom in a bit. This is the Dusty in the hospital room, setting up his Xbox while she's sitting in the hospital bed in a hospital gown about to give birth to his child. Okay, and the caption says, not being able to give a woman your full undivided attention while she's literally in labor with your child is a sign that you probably aren't actually ready for a kid, but that's just my hot take. Y'all, stop sleeping with these fools. Stop sleeping with them. Because here, this woman done effed up her body. She's gained who knows how much weight. Walking around with swollen ankles, backaches, and body aches for 9 months. I'm telling y'all, when you're pregnant, your body becomes unrecognizable because you're housing a growing, living human being. Okay? Also, we know the maternity death rate for Black women is sky high. So who even knows if she's going to make it out this mug? You know, forbid something happened that ended up in her being at high risk for a maternal death. You know, we don't know. It's a gamble. Anytime a Black woman is giving birth, it's a gamble. We know the maternal mortality rate is astronomical and exponentially high in comparison to other groups of women for Black women. So she's risking her life over here to birth this dude's children, and he over here setting up the game. Y'all, make it make sense. You mean to tell me your stupid ass couldn't stay away from the game for a day or two while your children are being birthed into this world? Like, you can't even be present during the child's birth to support the mother of your children. But that's your breeder, y'all. That's your breeder. This is likely not his first child. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have so many damn babies. It's just a random Tuesday for him. It's not sacred to them. This is just a normal Tuesday morning. You be all right. I'm gonna play Madden on here while you risk your life giving birth to my children, while you experience excruciating pain birthing our children. I'm gonna be over here on the PlayStation. Child, I can't. So let's keep going. I want to look at this next breeder who has a whole successful YouTube channel, but still does nothing for his children. And I don't know if you have heard of this couple. They're called Amy and Mozzie. I'm not sure what their channel name is. I haven't heard of them, but apparently they have a couples channel that's pretty popular, and they're making millions of dollars off of YouTube. And this fool is still a whole deadbeat dad. A whole deadbeat breeder, okay? So she writes, as you'll read these texts, you'll see I told him I'm wishing him the best and never want us to be enemies. So she's describing their breakup, y'all. She says, I was keeping quiet. I left him 2 weeks ago and was not going to put you all in the unfortunate mix. Next thing I know, he was on the internet talking about our breakup for money on OnlyFans. So he has an OnlyFans as well. He changed the YouTube password for our channel, locked me out and made it his, but he can have that channel. I won't even fight for it. God is good and life goes on. I could no longer continue the relationship looking at his 3 baby mamas, working jobs with 4 of his children while he's bopping around on social media, chasing a rap career while I continued to lay up with him, praying that he would change and get his priorities in order. I loved his children, child. I respect the kids' mothers. They all deserve better, and I'm sorry if y'all ever thought I was just living the high life while knowingly y'all needed support. I was speaking up for y'all. Most of our arguments were about the kids. I knew my karma would also come. I couldn't hold the poker face another day. Being so in love, I tried to see through his lows. Now, year 4, I realized God won't bless mess, and I'm attached to the mess. So my blessings would fall short too. This is my first public relationship and public breakup. There is no right or wrong way to do this, so here it is, my truth. I protected him to the point I stopped protecting myself. That is over now, and as I told him weeks ago, I'm still praying for you. I had to leave my effing best friend over some things that I know he could have changed. The change just didn't come for me, but I still hope it comes for him. Okay. Y'all, I cannot. So she also includes text messages between the two of them that confirms what she's talking about. This is a mess. I'm not going to read all this, but I'll just give you guys a synopsis. So, like sis indicated in her post, he has 3 baby moms, 4 children, and they are working several jobs, struggling while he living his best life. And she was here laid up with him. This is not it, Black women. This is not it. Black women, divested or not. If you laid up with a whole ass man who don't take care of his children, you are worse than he is. Argue with me if you want to, because you're a woman. And first off, your womanly instinct should kick in. Where's the empathy? Where's the empathy for the mother of his children? You should be ashamed of yourself spending time with this fool when he should be spending time with his children. You cupcaking, going on dates, spending money that should be allocated towards his children. Eating food that should be in the bellies of his children. This is absolutely disgusting. And the gag is, if she remained with this man and got knocked up, she would have been the next disgruntled, bitter, abandoned baby mama. Come here, Summer Walker. Come here. Talking about you, baby mama number 4, and crying about it. Made a whole album about it. Y'all gonna learn to stay away from these breeders thinking you special. That you just gonna become baby mama number 4 like Summer Walker did. And suddenly, overnight, he's gonna decide to be a husband and an engaged father. This don't make no damn sense. Black women, stop believing that your poom poom is special. Stop believing that. The best indicator of future behavior is past behavior. So if he's already illustrated that he's been a failure and has been absent in the lives of his children that he already has, the odds are that he probably won't be in the lives of your children. He's not going to be an engaged father when it comes to your kids. Why would he? Child, I cannot. Okay, so let's get into this next clip that's gone viral about washed up rapper Twista, who's also a whole damn breeder. And his daughter is grown now, and he was not in her life. Now she's an adult, and she's an aspiring rapper. Y'all, why did she tell a story that went viral about how she opened up for one of his shows and he refused to talk to her? Y'all, so let's watch this and then we'll chat.
So, after I turned 18, which I'm 21 now, I was living in Vegas, and that's when me and Twista was talking for a while. Blah, blah, blah. It never went anywhere. He started ignoring me. I said, fuck it. I just continued to live my life, was not thinking about him. I started pursuing my music career. Had nothing to do with him. I was just living my life, not worried about it. I done went 18 years without seeing this man. I was cool. Fast forward to 2021, this year, manager reaches out to me from a friend of mine that I knew, and he said that he heard my music and he would like me to open up a show for Twista. He told me he had heard the whole backstory, and he said that me opening up for Twista would be a great idea. He said, open up the show for him, and then y'all could talk at the end of the meet and greet, you know? At this point, I'm just excited to be on stage more than anything. And, came time to meet him. He didn't want to talk. That's pretty much it to the story. The manager that was managing me and booking me on shows later that week, he was about to have me open a show for Miguel and some other people, and told me that if I wanted to get to higher levels, I had to bust my woo-wah open. And I told this man no. He pulled his penis out, put a condom on it, And I was just in the hotel room. I had to call my grandma. I had to call my mom. Sexually assaulted. At this point, I didn't want anything to do with Twister. I didn't try to get to your ass. This manager that sexually assaulted me. Went through a lot. So I just made that TikTok video because it was funny. And then y'all got engaged. So I didn't want to leave y'all hanging. But honestly, I really don't care as much as I used to. I mean, I care, but I really don't, you know? I'm just living my life. Living my life like it's golden. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what it is.
Okay. So this girl cares. She absolutely cares. And she does. And I know she's trying to put on a strong front like she doesn't care. She cares. But this is a problem with breeders. So they keep procreating and bringing these children in this world irresponsibly who grow up with these complexes and these insecurities and unhealed traumas and daddy issues because their fathers weren't around. Poor thing even wants to follow in Twister's footsteps and wants to be a rapper like him. So, of course, she cares about his approval. And you can tell she really does crave a relationship with him, even to the point that she makes it as an opener for one of his shows, y'all. Okay. And this dusty breeder refuses to talk to her. The manager even tries to sleep with her. And that's that. That's the story. It's like, what an effed up experience. But this is how they roll. This is how Dusties roll. And quite honestly, I expected her to say that Twisted tried to sleep with her because, you know, that's common too in Blackistan. Like niggas pump and dump so often that people who are unknowingly related end up having sex with one another. So you don't know. You don't know in Blackistan, in this effed up community. You may meet a new guy and he might be your brother or something because these fools are Rolling Stones and they like to pump and dump and create fatherless children all across the city. I can't. So I want to talk about this woman who also puts rapper Lil Baby on blast for being a breeder, y'all. So this one is a kiki because this boy is undeniably his son. This is his child. They look like twins. So the mom puts a side-by-side picture of her child and Lil Baby. And the caption says, "This nigga keep trying me like he don't see this ish all over the internet. Lil Baby, stop playing with me. Come get your son. You can't be nice. Let me turn this ish up a notch." Okay. This boy looks like his twin. This boy looks exactly like him. Like he spit this boy out. Let's see what else she put here. She even puts their baby pictures next to each other. And they look like twins. Like if I didn't know this was an old picture, I would think that they were brothers here. Okay. So this boy has this man's whole face. And I don't call children ugly. I think children are off limits. But this boy is his daddy's son. You your daddy's son. He looked just like his father. But this is what these fools do. So again, they're breeders. They pump and dump with reckless abandon like animals. You know, there's no thought about family, the familial unit, about commitment, about being an engaged father. And I've actually talked to my husband about this. And he's a big fan of basketball. So every time one of these fools gets a paternity suit, you know, we'll just chat about it and shake our head. And I remember asking him, like, why don't the Dusties just get their peen snipped? Seriously, like if you don't care about STDs or you don't care about catching an incurable disease or your peen falling off, that's fine. At least just get a vasectomy. Just get it snipped. That way you're not bringing innocent children into this world who didn't ask to be here. And you're not forcing them to be subjected to your dysfunction and all that toxicity. But that's too much like right, y'all. That's too much like right. These fools are breeders, so they'll continue to create these children that they refuse to properly parent. Okay, so I want to get into this next clip of a judge admonishing a dusty ass nignog breeder who has 40 effing kids, y'all. And shout out to AAAA who shared this clip with me. Y'all, this one's unbelievable. Let's watch this and then we'll chat.
Next, we're in Miami, Florida, where Judge Nusheen Safi is about to recognize a familiar name on her bond hearing docket.
Johnny Ray Smith Jr. Oh my God.
These two have a storied history, and you're gonna hear all about it.
The same charges, that same baby mama, she did the same thing that the wife did. I left the house like you told me.
In a previous domestic case, Smith was convicted of criminal mischief, and Judge Safi advised that he leave the home where he'd been staying with the complainant. In that same case, Smith revealed to the court that he had fathered more than 30 children. And apparently still counting.
Remember she was pregnant and she had another kid, so I'm at 40 now.
And that's your argument? Wait, that's your argument for you want me to let you out?
No, not that. No, listen.
Do you remember that birth control lecture I gave you back when you only had 31 kids?
I listen to you, listen. I swear I listen to you. I just moved out. I stay on my own. I got a new girlfriend. That's what she mad about.
I don't blame her.
But listen, I left. I never went back to the house. I never called.
You didn't listen to anything I said.
No, I did. I left. You
but
told
I
me to
told
leave.
You also no more kids.
Similar to his previous case, Smith's charges today include criminal mischief and burglary related to incidents involving another mother of some of his children.
Your Honor, I was...
Mr. Smith, how about if you be quiet for a minute?
Okay, no problem.
Try doing that for 1 minute, if you can.
All right.
As the judge goes through the case file, a public defender chimes in.
Your Honor's history with Mr. Smith and knowledge of Mr. Smith, as well as the allegations before the court at this point in
Just
time.
make it clear that my history with him is as a judge.
Mr. Smith.
You're not staying there, correct?
I did exactly what you told me. I left. No.
Mr. Smith, just
Ditched
answer
her with
yes
2
or no.
kids. Can I put him on vasectomy?
Please don't do it.
Judge Safi doesn't have that kind of power, but she can take away his social life by placing him under house arrest using a tracking bracelet.
$1 a day for the bracelet.
You finna do me like that again? That was torture last time.
You're not going to have to post a bond. You're going to be on a bracelet.
Thank you.
Before they part ways, the judge also issues Smith a final warning.
If you come back with any other baby mamas, I'm going to revoke your bond and keep you in jail. Condoms, use them.
Okay.
Jesus, y'all. Jesus. And let's go back to the still frame of this fool's face. Child. So this is the one. Fathering 40 effing kids, y'all. Y'all, this broke, busted, and disgusted, criminal, degenerate, remedial ass nignog has 40 effing children. 40. 40, just populating the earth like animals. Seriously, I don't even know. Do y'all know animals who have 40 effing children? Because I don't know. Dogs don't even do that. Cats and heat don't even do that. What, they have like 7 or 8 at a time? They ain't having 40. The only thing I can think of is insects. So he out here like the roaches. Like roaches having children. Like cockroaches. That's the only thing I can think of. Who is sleeping with this man? Seriously, who in their right mind is opening up their legs to this thing? Just trifling. Just trifling and hideous and ugly and remedial. I'm so happy the judge told this fool, if you come back in here with more children, you're going to jail. She joked about requiring him to get a vasectomy. They need to legalize required vasectomies because this don't make no mother effing sense. This is ridiculous. So speaking of 40 children and having too many children that you can't possibly take care of, let's get into this last story of a breeder who's gone viral recently, who has 30 kids with 9 different women. And shout out to Indigo and Unfading Passion who shared this with me. Okay, so I want to look at the picture of this Dusty and the Dusty photo shoot that he's taken that went viral of his 30 damn kids. Y'all. So here it is. Here it is. Okay. And he posted this on Facebook. The legend, the legacy will live forever. I want to thank my kids. Of course, we have a grammatical error, so bear with me. I want to thank my kids' mothers for helping me make this day possible. I want to thank Rochelle, Emily, Missy. So he tags the 9 damn baby mamas for staying and helping with my kids. Also, thank you for our photo shoot and being understanding with 9 missing. It still turned out good. I'm truly blessed. So hopefully y'all can see this. I'm going to try to zoom in. So these are the children. These are the 30 kids. And mind you, there's 9 that are not photo in this photo shoot. Y'all, I cannot. This is a motherfucking shame. This don't make no damn sense to have 34 children by 9 people. And of course, he got dragged after he posted this, like he should have. And the Dusty Knick-Knock breeder got upset. And so this is his response. And shout out to loyal patron Aphrodite who sent his Dusty response to me. So let's watch this and then we'll chat.
First off, I'm going to start by saying this right here. I ain't embarrassed about a goddamn thing, especially not my kids. So would anybody feel like that I'm embarrassed about my kids? Yeah. And like they said, I'm going to tell you like this here. If you bitches ain't got no more money than me, I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing. You hear me? If you embarrassed, you got anything to say. If you taking care of these 30 kids, if you taking care of me, then you can contribute to what you got to say. But in the end, I don't give a f***. None of you niggas out there bumping, none of you hoes out there talking, ain't got more money than me. So what you got to say is irrelevant to me. I don't give a f***. But when it comes to my kids, I'm going to ride. You hear me? And for the baby mamas that's embarrassed, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But these my kids, and I don't give a f***. So if you feel some type of way, that's on you. You take that up with you and God, because I don't give a f***. And ain't a nigga got anything to say about me or my kids or my motherfucking mama. You know where I'm at? I'm at 706 right now. I'm in Monroe, Louisiana. I'm finna head back to Texas. I'm getting that motherfucking money, what you hoe ass niggas should be doing. Because for mine, I'm gonna go. I don't ask you niggas for a motherfucking thing when it comes to my 30. My houses, my cars. I own my shit. With 30, motherfucker. You get like me. Then you can say something about mine. But until the end, nigga, fuck y'all. I ain't shit weak over here. My pockets ain't weak and my dick show ain't weak. Ass nigga. You sad nigga sitting there talking. Ain't got a motherfucking dollar in your pocket.
So he goes on for another 5 minutes on this rant. On this dusty mushmouth rant. He mad, y'all. He mad, y'all. If y'all want to see this, I'm sure you can Google it and watch the full clip. But I don't want to endure any more of this dust. But he mad. He triggered. His bussy all hot and bothered. It's like, be careful, Dusty. You gonna stroke the F out like your fairy godfather did, Karen Samuels. So calm down. Calm down. Don't get your blood pressure all worked up. You gonna break a blood vessel or something. All that hooping and hollering. Okay. But he's sitting here talking about we don't have more money than him. Well, we don't have 30 children to take care of, Dusty. You big dummy. And it's obvious that he doesn't have much money nor enough money to take care of these kids, although he's arguing till he's blue in the face trying to prove otherwise. It's like people crack me up when they say, well, as long as I take care of mine, I don't care how many I have, as long as I take care of them. It's like you say that like we don't live on this earth with you. Like we don't pay for food and clothes as well. And like we don't know how much it costs to take care of those requirements as well. Even people without children know that you ain't got enough money to take care of 34 damn kids, Dusty. We know you ain't got enough money to take care of them properly because we know how expensive it is to take care of ourselves, dummy. It's like, unless you're Bill Gates or something, it's impossible to take care of 30 children properly as a regular, average, everyday person. Because 34 college educations alone won't cost you a few mil, dummy. That's just for school. That's just for post-secondary school. That's not even considering what it costs to clothe, feed, house, and to rear and raise 34 children properly. That doesn't even take into account medical insurance and things like that. He said he don't ask for anything, but I guarantee y'all, these children and the mother of all these children are receiving public assistance. Okay, so they're getting food stamps. They're on Section 8. They're on Medicaid and are receiving free health insurance. because it's not cheap having children, y'all. With insurance, my husband's business partner paid $20,000 out of pocket. And this is with insurance to have their children. $20,000 each. Can you imagine paying that 34 damn times? Do you see what I'm saying? So no, only people on Medicaid and government assistance are out here having 30 kids on this day and age because it's free to them. They don't pay for ish. Taxpayers do. So this broke boy mad at y'all, though, for calling a thing. He's a breeder. He's a breeder. But in order to prove he has money, he even pulls out a wad of money, y'all, and flashes his little Amazon paycheck that he done cash at the check cashing place. He flashes his little warehouse coin to stunt on y'all. Like, people with money, with real money, don't carry much cash. They don't. At the most, my husband may have $300 to $500 in his wallet. That's max. Our money is in our bank account. Okay, so you know how I know he doesn't have much money. Look at the struggle beard on his chin that doesn't connect. Look at the struggle background. Look at that gaping open bite. Y'all, people with money fix their teeth. That's one of the first things that I did as an adult. I got braces and fixed my teeth. He's just a plumb dumb fool talking about this is his legacy. So he says this is his legacy. These 30 kids are his legacy. He done exposed himself. And this is why they breed like this again. So whack men have nothing. Nothing. They have nothing. They don't got anything. They don't have wealth. They don't have assets. They don't have inheritance. They don't have anything to pass down. They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. That's why every single last one of them popping out all these kids and end up relying on Medicaid and government assistance to take care of them. This is why they got to start GoFundMes and ish when they die, just to bury their black asses. Child, this is your breeder though, y'all. This is your Blackistan breeder. Popping out children left and right that they have no interest in properly caring for, creating broken homes all across these broken communities, pumping and dumping with reckless abandon, just spreading their seed and toxicity all throughout Blackistan. Just planting dysfunction everywhere. Broken families everywhere. Y'all, stay away from this. Stay away from this. This is why it's so important to divest. This is why it's so important to guard your womb with your life, because I would not be surprised if even after this has gone viral, if he don't come back with child 35 and baby mama number 10. Y'all, don't do this. All right. That's all I got. Until next time. See you guys. Bye.
I don't give a fuck. Even if you think I should, bitch. Nigga, I don't give
Fellas, if y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, appreciate it.